Hello everyone, my name is DStahl, and today I'll be presenting my capstone project for MIS 581. This project is on analyzing player performance in the cultural phenomenon known as Fortnite. This is the roadmap for our presentation today. We're going to begin with a little background of the game, the objectives of this presentation, the questions and hypotheses that we formed. Then we're going to dive into the data, how it was obtained, how it was wrangled. Next, the methodology, literature review. The meat of this will be on the findings, and then we're going to have a summary to bring it all together. Epic Games released Fortnite in 2017. Its vibrant graphics, dynamic gameplay, and mix of shooting and construction have made it popular. Players can explore, gather resources, build, and fight in a sandbox-like environment. There are 3 game modes that have unique play elements: Save the World, Battle Royale, and Creative. Battle Royale, the most popular version, is a free-to-play game where 100 players compete to be the last one standing. Airdrop players find weapons, resources, and items on a huge island. As the game progresses, the map shrinks, forcing players into close quarters and intensifying the battle. Creative is a mode where players can create their own unique worlds and share with friends. Save the World evolved from a zombie-esque shooter and is still popular today. In-game events and pop culture references keep Fortnite appealing and relevant. Celebrity appearances, concerts, film promotions, and other events foster a sense of community among players. It is a global phenomenon. The main objectives of our capstone are to explore what influences player performance through data generated by Fortnite players. We also strive to uncover insights that can enhance player strategies and inform game development. Epic Games and the gaming community benefit from data. Analyzing how input devices affect player performance can inform game design decisions. This may balance gameplay. Furthermore, according to Saylor et al. 2017, this ability could increase player satisfaction, retention, and Epic Games revenue. This research could also help players improve their gaming by discovering input device specific methods to optimize performance. This research could also help players improve overall. Our 2 research questions for our presentation. Number 1, do players using controller have a higher mean win as compared to players using a keyboard and mouse, or KBM? The null hypothesis would be stated as there is no significant difference in the mean wins between players using controllers and players using keyboard and mouse. And the alternate hypothesis would be there is a significant difference in mean wins between players using controllers and players using keyboard and mouse. Our second question is, does the input device, controller or KBM, significantly impact the kill to death ratio in Fortnite? That kill to death ratio is how many players you eliminate before you yourself are eliminated. Our null hypothesis is the input device does not significantly impact the kill to death ratio, whereas the alternate hypothesis is the input device significantly impacts the kill to death ratio. Every player of Fortnite is assigned an account ID, a unique 19-character code that ties all their Epic Gaming data together. I was able to retrieve over 400 random accounts and 100 accounts from the top players in the world using the site FortniteTracker.com. Once I had this list of account IDs, I then needed a way to retrieve the data for each ID. Through searching online, I found a website, Fortnite-API.com, which was able to connect to the Epic Games stores and would provide all the data needed for my study. To gather this data, I devised and implemented a Python-based web API that connected to the website. Once connected, the script extracted player data corresponding to the account IDs previously identified. After acquiring this data, the next step was to process and organize it for analysis. I exported the information into an Excel spreadsheet. In Excel, I filtered through the dataset, discarding any extraneous columns that were not relevant to the scope of the study. Afterwards, the data was saved for later use in Python. This study has for its backbone 4 selected scholarly articles. These articles give a thorough look at how players feel and how gaming affects society as a whole, especially in the context of online multiplayer and first-person shooter games. Collectively, the sources paint a picture of the many ways that games affect people, from the immediate experience of the player and how they interact with the game to the wider societal and ethical implications. This shows how gaming interfaces, player experience, societal effects, and ethical considerations are all connected in the wider gaming ecosystem. Next, we went to Python, where our script imported necessary libraries such as pandas, numpy, matplotlib, seaborn, scipy, and stats models. These will be used to perform data processing, statistical analysis, and data visualization. Our CSV file from before was then loaded into a pandas data frame, selecting only relevant columns that represent performance metrics that we were looking for. We then went through the data frame and dropped all rows that contained any missing data. Once data was cleaned, we removed our outliers based on the z-score values, which allow us to detect and exclude data points that are too far from the mean value. Then we applied the Shapiro-Wilk test to the clean data win rate and KD ratio data, checking if they follow a normal distribution. The test results, including the test statistic and p-value, were then printed for review. After removing outliers, we calculated and printed descriptive statistics for our win rates for both gamepad and for keyboard and mouse inputs. And we then applied a box-Cox transformation to the win rate and the KD ratio data, which is a method to make data more normally distributed. Then the script visualized the distributions of win rates and KD rates for each input using histograms, with the data now clean, transformed, and ready for comparison. Additionally, we checked whether the difference in win rates and KD ratios between gamepad and keyboard and mouse inputs were statistically significant. Moreover, we performed a one-way ANOVA test on the win rates and KD ratio to see if the means of these variables significantly differed across the two input types. Finally, we constructed our linear regression model to predict the overall KD ratio based on the KD ratios for gamepad and keyboard mouse inputs. And now for the meat of the matter, the findings. Gamepad and keyboard mouse victory rates and KD ratios did not follow a normal distribution, as was indicated by low p-values from the Shapiro-Wilk test, which necessitated non-parametric analysis. Additionally, our box-Cox transformation followed departure from normality. This method reshaped data to fit the normal distribution, making z-test, ANOVA, and regression easier and more reliable. After data normalization, the z-tests were used to compare gamepad and keyboard and mouse victory rates and KD ratios. Both performance metrics showed significant differences. The p-values indicate significant difference between the two groups, suggesting input device significantly affects Fortnite gameplay performance. Adding to the z-test results, a one-way analysis of variance confirmed the significant differences in victory rates and KD ratios between gameplay and keyboard and mouse users. The high F statistic and low p-value for win rates and KD ratios suggest input device choice greatly impacts Fortnite performance. Lastly, we use linear regression to find a correlation between input device and KD ratio. Pre-processing, model training, and evaluation were all complete. Our linear regression model fit well with an R-squared score of 1, indicating that input device type explains all KD ratio variability. The estimated coefficients showed that the keyboard and mouse KD rates were directly proportional to the total KD ratio, while gamepad KD ratio had a positive effect. In conclusion, Fortnite performance metrics depend on input device choice. This effect was revealed by statistic tests and analysis, helping gamers and game developers improve gameplay in their designs. Hopefully, understanding these factors can improve Fortnite gameplay and give players a competitive edge. Additional factors to consider would be to examine variables that influence victory rates, such as player age, playing hours per week, internet speed, or demographic and behavioral factors. Future research could also investigate the effect of particular game strategies and playstyle. In addition, game meta, that is, the dominant strategy regarded as most effective, frequently shifts over time, so the timing of data acquisition may be a significant factor. Rourke, 2019. Findings provide an insightful look at the potential impact of the input device on Fortnite performance and suggest several fruitful research avenues for the future. However, as with any observational data analysis, it's essential to consider the potential impact of confounding factors and to conduct additional research to validate findings. In summary, this presentation has discussed the game, the data, the objective, literature review, methods to evaluate, and findings. As stated before, the analysis indicates that keyboard and mouse users have a higher win rate, particularly among participants with higher overall scores. I hope this has been educational and entertaining at the same time.